Hi, this is Dina with Pretty Productive. Welcome back to my channel. Today what I'm going to be doing is a May week 2 check-in and cash stuffing for May week 3. If that sounds like something you would enjoy, please stick around. So today I just left the only 2 receipts that I had not scanned in yet, just because I talked about this on my last video and I had some comments about seeing that prep work. Now, as I said before, the prep work takes me about an hour and a half. So I sat down on Friday morning before I went to work. I caught up with all my transactions, and so Thursday I did not have any transactions. Friday I did not have any transactions, but I did have actually I did have one on Friday and then one on Saturday. So rare, but great that I didn't have anyone. So the first one that we're going to talk about is Burger King. It did come out of my spending money. It was a cash purchase, so I do not track it, but I do put it into my Fetch reward. So what I do is I just pull up the Fetch app. I never want to go through Fetch because I feel like every single budgeter on YouTube talks about Fetch, but if you have not, it's a single step that you do. You just scan it in, and then at the end of, once you've accumulated points, you can redeem it for cash or for gift cards. I'm just going to go ahead and scan it. And then once it's scanned in, I just check it off like that. And then once if it's a transaction like this I need to put onto my calendar, then there'll be 2 check marks. So that's the first one. The second one is this one that I did yesterday. This was a eating out purchase. I'm going to go ahead and snap it. Also make sure any of your digital receipts, like Amazon, things you buy online, like I buy a lot of things from AliExpress, those count. And you just, there's 2 different buttons that you can use. So this one is a snap a receipt. This one is an e-receipt. So we'll just go through, search your email addresses, and then pull up any e-receipts that you have. Okay, so I did scan that one in. And then it is an eating out. And where are my check boxes? I know I pulled them out, didn't I? Huh. Thought I pulled them out. Okay, maybe I didn't pull them out. Okay, I did pull them out. Let me find out where I put them. Wait, maybe there we go. Okay, so I've gone ahead and listed the Jersey Mike's. So, and it's eating out. I'm gonna highlight that one in the green and then pull up my green check boxes. I do believe this purchase is going to put me over for the week. I did go grab subs yesterday for my daughter and son-in-law and myself. So that's, yeah, definitely putting me over. So that might need to come out of some of the incremental cash I have left over from spending. So, or the other thing I could do would be take it out of entertainment. I might do that. So, okay, so let's get started. Where's that receipt? And it is accounted for. And then at the end of the month, I just throw all the receipts away. I just make sure that, I've accounted for everything, and then I don't keep them for anything. So let's go ahead and start our check-in. Just a quick view of my transaction page. I do date them, so everything from 5/10 to 5/12 are counted onto this one. You're going to see 2 down here for vacation. So I had talked about us going to Chicago in June, We had looked at using miles. It was super expensive. And then my husband has a work trip coming up, like right backed up to that trip. So he decided to stay home. I went ahead and booked my ticket. It was $608. I went ahead and used my Capital One points for that. So it redeems the points to offset that purchase. So that $608, while currently showing on my Capital One card, I've already redeemed the points. The points have come out of my point balance, and then you'll see a credit on the statement that credits me back for $608. So I figured that was the best way to do it. I had accumulated up to $1,000 in points, and so I figured that would be a good way to offset that money that I was not planning to spend. And then I did buy the travel insurance for $44. I'm just going to take that out of my vacation fund. And the reason why I have been buying the travel insurance on anything that I've done is because I never know with my mom. Like if she takes a turn for the worse, I'm going to cancel trips. So when things like that are non-refundable 100%, it's a little bit more secure for me. I feel more secure if I need to cancel things. So the vacation fund is part of my sinking funds. It's this olive green. I do not track them on my calendar, but I do track them on this page back here. So I have not written them in yet. Okay, so let's get started. I never want to assume that there's somebody watching the video that this is not their first time and does not understand my system at all. So I apologize for those of you who have been around for the whole time that my channel has been here and you totally understand my system. I just want to make sure it's not confusing to somebody who is watching for the first time. So I always start with groceries. Pretty good week. I did go through HelloFresh for the rest of the month. So I am going to start using my envelope on this week because I will have HelloFresh coming on the 22nd. So I just need to account for that when I start to look at when I'm using my envelope versus when I am using my online. So Walmart for $37, Safeway for $9, Safeway for $7, $53. So I had $445 minus 53. So $392. I still have $92 because $300 was in my envelope and $300 was in my online account for groceries. So I still have $92. That means that my next HelloFresh can come out of that, and then everything else has to be in my envelope because that will exhaust my online $300. Eating out, my problem category always. I had Chick-fil-A for $24. Again, my daughter. Cafe Rio for $27. That one was actually my husband. And then Jersey Mike's $29. Again, my daughter. So that was $88. My budget was $50. So I started with $199 minus $88, $111. So because this was a 5-week month, I set up week 3 over here. And the last one is the week 5. So $392 comes over here for groceries. $111 comes over here for eating out. Spending, I always take the whole $50. So that leaves me $150. Spending is the only category I don't track, but of that money, I do have 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 left. So I'm just going to put this to the side for right now. I'm probably going to need these ones when I start moving envelopes around. Gas, I did have to fill up this week, and that was $72. Oh my gosh. I'm not used to going through so much gas, but between going back and forth to my daughter's house almost every day, while it's close, it just is a huge difference in how much gas I use. So again, I might need to bring that up next month. So I had $249 at the beginning of the week, $72 I spent, $177 left. Now I won't take the gas for our trip that we're going to do this week because that will come out of vacation funds. My mom, I did get her McDonald's, but I actually took that out of my spending money. So I just got her a Coke. So I did not spend anything. Entertainment, I did not spend anything. I may take that on my vacation just so that I'm not dipping into my vacation fund too much. Personal care, major work on this one. So I had my massage, that was $30 for the tip. I got my hair cut for $22, and then polish room was my pedicure. Now, all but the actual pedicure was cash, and then I've already moved the $55 from the pedicure that went on my card into my back to bank envelope. And I only did that because I needed to make sure I remembered to do that, because when there's half cash, half card, I just do it all at the same time. I take the cash out, you know, to use, and then when I come home, I put whatever cash I didn't use back into the envelope, and whatever I used on my card, I right then move it over. That way there's no confusion. So I have $80 left in personal care for the month. Household, I have not used anything. We did a huge restock in the month of April for, you know, all the household stuff, cleaning, everything. So, and miscellaneous, I have not had to use. Not the case last month, but the case so far this month. Okay, so really not a bad week. If I can just ever control my eating out, then it would be a good thing. So you probably will notice I did go back to binders. The glare from the clear ones was driving me insane. So I just went ahead and switched back over to my binders. This white one is a new one. I did get it from AliExpress. It's the A6, also known as the personal size, which fits my envelopes perfectly. So for eating out, I need to take out $88. 40, 60, 85. Do I have any ones? Of course not. So $2 of my spending money will go into this envelope. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 90 goes into my back to bank. And then I should still have in eating out 111. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 100, 5, 10, 11, 12. Oh, because I took $1 and put it in there from before. Okay, so we'll leave that as is. That was the first week of the month when I spent 51. Spending, I get 50 again. So that goes into my wallet. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100 left. Yes, that makes sense. So it says 150 here, but what I've done is I've just taken out the cash that I'm going to spend for this week. Household, my mom, miscellaneous, personal care. This was kind of messy, but I think it's all balanced now. It should be $80. 20, 40, 60, 70, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80. I don't really think of anything else that I will have done this month, but you never know. I like my tracker to be on the outside so I can see it just by flipping, and the money in the front. Entertainment, probably going to take that to our trip. So in back to bank, I just need to add this money back in. I've already added the 55 in from my pedicure. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 120. 140, 160, 180, 210. So I've got 210 in back to bank, which at this point in the month, that's pretty amazing because normally I have a lot more here going back to the bank. Okay, so that's everything for my envelopes and my check-in. So incremental income. So I did work a little bit more than normal. So my paycheck was a little higher than normal. So it's gonna be super boring because I pulled out $550 as my incremental income. So 100, 200, 250, 354, 455, 550. So my thought was this whole money is going to go on my vacation, so I don't have to dip into my vacation fund anymore. I already had put $100 from my last incremental income, but I did spend $50 on Etsy. So 50 of it has to go back into the back to bank because I used my card for that. So I made a commitment that I would use my incremental income when I spent things like that. So I was not dipping into my cushion in my account anymore. So that 50 goes back into the bank. So this 500 is all going into vacation. And kind of how I divided these out, these were more of my kind of ones that I'm going to use more often, I'm going to be into more often. This is my vacation. Now my vacation sinking fund is all online at my credit union, but this money, since I knew we were going away and it was going to be soon, I went ahead and left it in the envelope. And then as soon as this trip is done, if there's anything left, it will go back into here. And I'm going to start for my spending money when we go to the beach. So the rest of the Airbnb will come out of my vacation fund. And then I'm going to try to accumulate more out of my incremental income or from my envelopes where that's going to be more my spending money for like food or going out, things like that. So in here, I should have $600. And I know I put 20s in, but I needed the 20s, so I switched them out with the 50s. So 200, 253, 354, 455, 556. Okay. So I'm going to just actually put that to the side because that will go into my wallet so I don't forget it. And then that is done. So that was all of my incremental income. So I'm just kind of keeping this on Post-it notes. This was my last week. And I will only have 1 day incremental income for this week. And you'll see that when I do my check-in for week 3. It will go into one of my sinking funds. I'm not sure which one yet, but it will just be 1 day of work. And I've been taking extra taxes out to offset some of the income that we have that's not taxed. So it's even sadder when I look at my check now because it is, but it's better at the long run to take it out now so I don't see the money and then I'm not having to put money away in taxes because it's already there. So I think that is everything for this video. If you have any questions at all, please let me know. Thank you so much for watching. And if you have not done so already, please consider subscribing. Take care.